It's the first time that two teams with 100-plus wins are going to play for baseball's biggest prize. We also know
Since 1970.
that when you look at the Dodgers and the Astros, you're talking about two teams on the forefront of analytics in Major League Baseball. So now, does this somehow prove the theory that analytics have just taken over Major League Baseball and this is the only way to get success?
Well, Dave, I would say if you're not trying to maximize the use of analytics and the mounds of data that we can produce in Major League Baseball and every industry, if you're not trying to do that as a front office member of a Major League team, you're failing your organization and you're failing your friends. And your fans, I should say, which should be your friends.
And your friends, too. Here's the thing, though, Tyler. Okay, I'm with you. There is a use for it. But I think they can overuse it and overanalyze and not look and feel and use your eye, your trained eye as an executive in Major League Baseball to make command decisions.
Sure.
It can't all just be about analytics.
Did I say that? Did I say that?
It just seems like it's running rampant in the game.
No. Just because the Houston Astros use analytics and the LA Dodgers use analytics doesn't mean they don't use the eye test as well. Andrew Friedman is smart enough to do that. Jeff Luhnow is smart enough to do that. These teams know how to maximize the potential of their squad because they put the players in their best chance to succeed. Because analytics tell you this guy should start against righties or he should pitch against guys who throw sinkers rather than guys who throw high-forcing fastballs. You use that data to get the most out of what you have. And the Dodgers have the highest payroll. But much of that is coming from players who aren't even playing. Andre Ethiers, Carl Crawford.
That's right.
All these guys who aren't even factoring into their playoff run. They're getting the most out of Chris Taylor's, Justin Turner's, guys that they make a fraction of. You know why? Because the analytics tell you these are the guys that can maximize our potential.
But don't you think that we just talk about WOBA and talk about Sierra Mist a little bit too much?
No, we don't.
And
Absolutely not.
I mean, I know
Absolutely
that Danny
not.
Graves would sit here and go, my goodness, it drives me crazy every time I see a base hit go the other way, that there should be a shortstop or third baseman there, but the analytics of the game tell us that we got to shift. The percentages say that this is the way you should play it.
Gravy. Dave, there's nothing that's going to make in baseball 100%.
No.
There's no pitcher who's going to win 100% of his battles. There's no hitter who's going to win 100% of his battles. But if you can turn a hitter from a 300 hitter to a 250 hitter by shifting, how is that not in the best interest of your team?
Okay, agreed. But the problem that I have is that analytics tell us after whatever pitch, we got to yank this guy because the percentages say that this is going to happen. It just drives me nuts, and you can see it. You saw it with the Nationals in the postseason this year, where they're going to go out and take the ball from Max Scherzer, probably because analytics say
was it analytics or was it Dusty's eye who said that?
And that's the thing. Scherzer saying, don't take me out.
And I agree. Scherzer is someone who has earned. I think
that we listen a little bit too much in those situations to the numbers of the game rather than the player. The player should be able to tell you, I can get this guy out, and I don't need some cockamamie numbers game to tell me.
What player is going to be honest? If you're a gamer, you're going to say, I can get this guy out, when the numbers might tell you, yeah, he can get him out 3 out of 10 times in this instance. If it was the first inning, he gets him out 7 out of 10 times. So I'll believe him in that first inning. But, Dave, players are going to lie to try and get themselves the opportunity. Numbers do not lie.
I know a player in the major leagues right now that is supposed to be a right-handed hitting specialist, right? I can only hit lefties. He knows that he can hit righties too, but the numbers, because of what's happened in the past, have skewed now the discussion about this individual player that he can only hit lefties and he can't hit righties. When he sits there and tells me I can hit righties just as well as I can lefties.
Why do you think that player is telling you I can hit righties? So what is his best interest? Is his best interest to he wants to play?
I believe I think he thinks that because of outdated numbers say that's not always the case today.
Okay, well, if his manager is making decisions based on his numbers from 2013 and not his numbers from 2013 through 2017, then that's his manager's fault. You should use all the breadth of numbers that you have to make an informed decision. And if he's hot against righties, sure, play him. But if he has 1,000 at bats that tell him he's a 300 hitter against lefties. lefties
data?
and a
How much
250.
data are we compiling before we make these decisions?
You want to have a
Sometimes-
significant sample size. 10 at-bats is not enough. But,
No.
Dave, if you have 150 at-bats, 300 bats for a season, if you have 1,000 bats for a career or more, that's enough to tell you what this player is.
Would you not at least concede that maybe they're going a little bit overboard with the things that we break down, with situational hitting,
Absolutely
situational
not.
pitching?
I will concede that we don't do that
A
enough.
little bit?
I will concede that we don't do that enough. That's where, Dave, I think you need to come into the present term, the present tense,
I
the
want
present
some of it,
reality.
but I don't want it to rule
It
everything.
should not rule everything, but it should give you a basis, a guideline to make a decision, or at least streamline your decision from 5 options to 2,
Okay.
or maybe 1. It should start the conversation.
This empirical
and it should,
data that says this is the end all be all.
These
It
are
cannot be
computers.
that.
These are computers that play the game. They're fallible human beings that play the game. So sometimes they're going to buck the trend of the numbers, sometimes they're going to play to the numbers. But by and large, numbers tell us the story of what you can expect in most circumstances. And in a game of baseball where 7 out of 10 times you fail, those 3 times you find success, you want to maximize those. So find out through this data what makes this player in this situation reach
Stop
the outcome
looking
of success
in a damn
rather than
book
failure.
and go talk to the pitcher and talk to the hitter and make that command decision.
Okay,
Once
well,
again,
guess what?
you and I agree to disagree.
The LA Dodgers and Houston Astros agreed that it has done well for them this year as they will meet tomorrow in the World Series.
Well, that is true.
Mike Rupp.